Hi there. Today we're going to talk about rebranding in marketing. We're going to explain what it means and clarify when a business needs a rebrand. We will also share with you some successful and unsuccessful examples of rebranding initiatives. Rebranding in the context of marketing is a strategic process in which a company revamps its corporate image, identity, or strategy to address various business goals. This transformation can involve changing the brand's name, logo, visual identity, marketing strategy, and the overall brand message and promise. The primary aim of rebranding is to create a different identity for a brand in the minds of consumers, stakeholders, and the market at large. It's often undertaken to keep up with evolving market trends, shift the brand's positioning, or recover from a tarnished reputation. Rebranding differs significantly from a simple brand refresh. A brand refresh can be likened to a facelift. It's about updating or tweaking the visual elements of a brand to make it feel more modern or relevant without altering the fundamental brand identity and values. It's a superficial change, like updating a logo's design or refreshing the color palette while keeping the core brand message consistent. In contrast, rebranding is a deeper and more foundational change. It's not just about updating the brand's look, but also rethinking the brand's mission, values, and messaging. Rebranding might occur in response to significant shifts in a company's direction, audience, or market environment, and it's a comprehensive approach that involves rethinking how the brand is perceived and positioned in the market. Companies opt for rebranding for various strategic reasons, often driven by the need to remain relevant and competitive in rapidly changing markets. One primary reason is changing market dynamics. As consumer preferences, technology, and market trends shift, a brand that once seemed cutting edge can quickly become outdated. Rebranding in this context is about realigning the brand with the current market reality and consumer expectations. Netflix transition from a DVD rental service to an online streaming platform exemplifies rebranding in response to digital evolution and changing consumer preferences, positioning Netflix as a leader in the global streaming market. An outdated image is another significant trigger for rebranding. This is particularly true for brands that have been in the market for a long time and find their identity no longer resonates with modern consumers. A rebrand can revitalize the brand's image, making it more appealing to a contemporary audience. KFC rebranded to update its image and appeal to a broader audience. The company refreshed its logo, store design, and packaging and introduced healthier menu options, moving away from being solely as a traditional fried chicken chain. This rebranding was part of a strategy to modernize KFC's image and make it more appealing to health-conscious and younger consumers. Repositioning in the market is also a critical reason for rebranding. Companies may rebrand to target a new demographic, enter a new market, or differentiate themselves from competitors. And this type of rebranding involves a fundamental shift in the company's messaging and positioning strategy to appeal to a different or broader audience. Apple was originally named Apple Computer, and they rebranded by dropping computer from its name, and they expanded their product line beyond computers, symbolizing their evolution into a diverse consumer electronics brand. Mergers and acquisitions often necessitate rebranding as well. When companies merge, there is a need to create a cohesive brand identity that reflects the new combined entity's values, offerings, and market vision. Following the merger of United Airlines and Continental Airlines, the new entity rebranded to United Continental Holdings, combining elements of both airlines' branding to reflect the merged identity and expanded network. Lastly, repairing a damaged reputation is a crucial reason for rebranding. If a brand has suffered due to controversies, customer dissatisfaction, or other reputation-damaging events, a rebrand can signify a fresh start. It conveys changes in the company's values, practices, or management to regain public trust and customer loyalty. After the Dieselgate scandal, Volkswagen embarked on a major rebranding strategy, focusing on electric vehicles and sustainability and aiming to repair its reputation and realign with consumer and environmental expectations. Now let's move to the different types of rebranding, because not all rebranding strategies are the same. Number one, proactive rebranding. And this occurs when a company anticipates market trends, consumer needs, or technological changes and decides to rebrand in order to stay ahead of the curve. Meta's rebranding from Facebook Inc. to Meta Platforms Inc. can be considered a proactive rebranding. This strategic change was driven by the company's ambition to lead in the development of the metaverse, a virtual reality space where users can interact with a computer-generated environment and other users. And the rebranding was not a reaction to market pressure, declining sales, or negative publicity, but rather a forward-thinking move to align the company's identity with its future goals and innovations. By adopting the name Meta, the company aimed to position itself at the forefront of this emerging technological realm, signaling its commitment to shaping this new frontier beyond its established social media platforms. This proactive approach reflects the company's anticipation of future technological trends and its desire to be identified as a key player in the evolving digital landscape, rather than being seen solely as a social media company. The second type is reactive rebranding. And in contrast, reactive rebranding happens in response to external pressures like declining sales, bad publicity, or market competition. Classic example is McDonald's shift to healthier menu options and a more modern, eco-friendly store aesthetic in response to growing health consciousness among consumers. Number three, partial rebranding. And this involves making moderate changes to the brand, such as updating the logo, tweaking the color scheme, or modernizing marketing materials. It's more of a brand refresh than an overhaul. Coca-Cola's periodic logo and packaging updates, while maintaining its iconic script and color scheme, are examples of partial rebranding. Number four, total rebranding. And this is a complete transformation of a brand's identity. It often includes changing the name, logo, brand message, and overall brand strategy. Taxify was initially a tax hailing app. Then it was rebranded to Bolt in 2019, and that's to reflect its expansion beyond taxi services. The new name symbolizes the company's broader range of transportation options, including private cars, electric bikes, and electric scooters too. The name was chosen for its simplicity and universality. Bolt resonates well across different languages and cultures, signifying speed and efficiency. This rebranding marked Taxify's transition to a more comprehensive urban transport solution, aligning with its vision for sustainable transportation and helping it stand out in the competitive ride-hailing market. The change to Bolt represents both an evolution of services and a strategic move towards global brand recognition. Now, you need to know that the rebranding process is a comprehensive and strategic undertaking that involves several key steps, each of them critical for ensuring a successful transition of a brand's identity and positioning. Now, let's go through these steps together. Step number one, research and analysis. This foundational step involves in-depth market research, competitor analysis, and understanding customer perceptions. Companies assess their current brand strengths and weaknesses, market trends, and the needs and preferences of their target audience. And this stage is crucial for justifying the reasons for rebranding and setting clear objectives. Step number two, strategic planning. Now, based on the insights gained, a strategic plan is developed. And this plan outlines the goals of the rebranding, key messages, the target audience, and the desired brand positioning. It serves as a roadmap for the entire rebranding process, ensuring that all efforts are aligned with the company's overall objectives. Step number three, the design phase. Here, the visual aspects of the rebranding come to life. This involves creating or updating the brand's logo, color palette, typography, and other visual elements. It's essential that the new design accurately reflects the brand's updated identity and resonates with the target audience. Step number 4, internal alignment. Now, before launching the new brand publicly, it's vital to align internally. And this includes informing and training employees about the rebranding, ensuring that everyone understands and is on board with the new brand identity. Internal buy-in is crucial for a cohesive and consistent brand experience. Step number 5, public launch. The rebranding is then introduced to the public, and this phase often involves a comprehensive marketing campaign, press releases, and updates across all customer touchpoints, including the company's website, social media, and physical locations. The launch should be carefully planned to make a significant impact and generate positive attention. Step number 6, post-launch evaluation and adjustment. Now, after the launch, it's important to monitor the public's response to the rebrand, gather feedback, and make necessary adjustments. This phase helps in fine-tuning the brand's image and ensure that it aligns with the company's strategic goals and audience expectations. It's important to note that rebranding initiatives are usually long and costly, so you need to justify the rebranding and study the market thoroughly before you decide to rebrand. There are many examples of rebranding initiatives that went wrong, and one of those is Gap's logo change in 2010. Gap, the iconic clothing retailer, faced a significant backlash when it attempted to change its classic blue box logo. The new logo, featuring a small blue box behind the letter P and a different font, was intended to modernize the brand's image. However, customers and design experts heavily criticized the change. They found it unattractive and lacking the brand's traditional appeal. The negative response was so overwhelming that Gap reverted to its original logo within just 1 week, marking the rebranding attempt as a notable failure in understanding customer attachment to the brand's legacy. Now, thank you very much for watching this video. We hope that you now have a better understanding of rebranding initiatives. If you need any help with your own rebranding initiative, we're happy to help you. Just drop us a comment and we'll get back to you.